Oh snap, back with another jersey ranking video. Thank you guys so much for coming back for each and every one of these. I really appreciate it. I get so many requests on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. Hey, can you do this league? Can you do this league? Can you do some more concept rankings? Hey, that's what I'm here for. I can rank anything, and today we're going to rank the WHL jerseys. There's 22 teams, and yeah, let's just have some fun. Let's do it. Let's start off with number 22, least favorite to favorite. That's how I usually rank things. So number 22, the Portland Winterhawks, and honestly comes down to one reason. I don't want to sound like a broken record. If you watch my videos on a regular basis, you'll know that I like a team to have its own identity, even if it does have an affiliation with a parent team. Obviously, the parent team here is the Chicago Blackhawks, but to me, I really want to see something unique. I want to see a team have its own identity. I don't want fans on the ice, or fans in stands to look down and see the Chicago Blackhawks and think that's not actually the Chicago Blackhawks, it's the Portland Winterhawks. I want to see them look on the ice and say, oh, look at the Portland Winterhawks. I want that team to have its own identity. That is strictly the reason that this is last. Number 21, the Tri-City Americans, and basically for the same reason. I look at this jersey, and it's not identical. Don't get me wrong, it's not identical, but it is basically the Columbus Blue Jackets, and that is, again, that's the reason why they're so low. Number 20, you've got the Prince George Cougars. Not a bad jersey design by any means, and I think the simplicity of this jersey is something that a lot of people really, really appreciate and might have in their top 5. But for me, it reminds me a little bit of the New York Rangers jersey with the Rangers kind of coming down the jersey. I'm just personally not a fan of that. I want to see a little bit more modernness in my jerseys, and this doesn't really have a lot of modernness in my opinion. But I do think I'm in the minority here. There's no right or wrong, but I'm probably in the minority. Number 19, I got the Medicine Hat Tigers. There's nothing really, really negative to say here. Yeah, it's ranked 19th. It's pretty low on my list. I don't think for any reason that this should be near the bottom, but I don't think it should be near the top. It's just kind of meh for me. It doesn't really do anything, and I don't really know why. I can't really pinpoint it. Not a lot to say here about this jersey. I just don't get a lot of love. Number 18, the Red Deer Rebels. A bit of a generic jersey. I do like the logo. The color relationship is fine, just a little bit generic. Number 17, the Calgary Hitmen. You know, when I grew up playing hockey, we were the Hitmen as well. Not that new logo, but the old logo that you see there on the shoulder in this video. My team used that logo, and so when I think Hitmen, I think me. And so it hurts a little bit to rank them this low, but I find that collar really distracting, and not only the color but the actual texture, and I know that all the CCM jerseys have that texture. It's not apparent on a lot of the jerseys because of the color that they choose, and the color that the Hitman chose here I think makes it really apparent and a bit distracting for me, so I'm just not a fan of that one specifically. Number 16, the Prince Albert Raiders, and I went back and forth on this jersey so much. I kind of rank things a couple of times. I do the initial ranking of the jerseys, then I come back the next day, and I look again, and I kind of make some adjustments, and this jersey here, for me, kind of went up and down my list a little bit, and I ultimately landed on ranking them pretty low. The colors look pretty good together. I like the unique jersey design, but I don't know if it's the way that the shoulders work here with the green and the black kind of coming in at an angle, or I don't know what it is, but I feel like this is a practice jersey, or it kind of looks like a practice jersey, or I've seen practice jerseys with similar design, and that's kind of ultimately why it is as low as it is. Number 15, I put the Brandon Wheat Kings, and I've never been a huge fan of this color combination, as you guys know if you're familiar with the channel, the gold and the black. Sometimes I think it works, sometimes I don't think it works, and I don't really think it goes either way here for me. I don't love it and I don't hate it. That's kind of the situation I'm in with this one. Number 14, the Victoria Royals. Not a bad jersey by any means. I really like that color. I think that's a beautiful color. It matches the logo well. There's nothing wrong with this at all. It's just not wooing me. Number 13, the Swift Current Broncos. I'm seeing big-time Vancouver Canucks colors here, and that's not a bad thing. It's just an observation. The logo works perfectly with the colors, but I do think the overall design itself is a little bit busy. There's a lot of color going on, and a lot of color change going on in this one. Number 12, I put the Seattle Thunderbirds, and when I think of Seattle, I do think of these colors, so I'm glad that they chose this way to go. I think the striping itself is really busy there. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 technically striping there goes a white, blue, white, green, white, blue, and then a big gray swatch. So I think that's a little bit busy for me. I'd like to see that condensed maybe down to like 2 or 3 instead of 7. But, oh, I mean, it's not a bad jersey by any means. I'm being really critical. Number 11, I put the Kamloops Blazers. I love these colors together. They look awesome. The bright orange and the blue, we see that in the Islanders. We see it in some teams around the world, not just in hockey, but other sports. So it's a popular color choice. The collar being so thick, though, I really do believe that was the wrong decision. I would have liked to see that be the same color as the jersey, and this might be very high on my list if that was the case. It's got a very 70s, 80s kind of classic look to it. Number 10, the Moose Jaw Warriors, and I think I'm going to get some flack here for this one. I think someone's going to look at this and think, well, there is nothing going on in this jersey. There's a couple of red stripes on the arm, and there's a logo in the middle. Otherwise, it's just black. Why is this ranked in the top 10? And I say to you, I know. I understand that there's not a lot going on, but I think that's why I like it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think in this situation it works because the logo is so prominent and so huge and just it's boom in your face with that punch of red color. And the rest of the jersey just kind of, it bows down to the boldness of the logo. And in my opinion, it works. Even the collar is matched with the black of the jersey, and you just get that subtle little lines on the arms. I think it works really well, to be honest. Number 9, I put the Vancouver Giants. I like that they went with like a burgundy deep red instead of a bright red. Again, kind of one of the jerseys that not really a lot to say. I like it, but I don't love it, and I don't hate it. So it's almost in the middle for me. Number 8, the Winnipeg Ice. I love that shade of blue. I think it looks really good with the black. Punch of gray or silver in there as well. I mean, not really anything negative to say here. I quite like that. I'd almost like to see like the Tampa Bay Lightning kind of take on this style a little bit. Number 7, the Kelowna Rockets, and basically the relationship of color here is unique. It's that teal, almost San Jose Sharks teal. They get that bright red, but the black as well. Totally unique in the league, and I really appreciate that. The logo's a little bit childish, a little bit cartoony, but that's okay. I think it just looks really unique on the ice, and I definitely appreciate them having their own identity here with this jersey. Number 6, the Lethbridge Hurricanes, and again, kind of an example. I say this in a lot of jersey ranking videos. It's okay to have a classic jersey look like a 70s jersey or look like an 80s jersey. To me, this is one of those jerseys. It looks like a design that maybe hasn't changed a lot in the past 30 or 40 years. I think it just works. The shoulders being white work. The striping on the arms work. The logo is simple but also kind of modern at the same time. I just think it all kind of works really well. Number 5, the Saskatoon Blades. Usually not a fan of gold or yellow being the primary color here, but I think they did a fantastic job leaving the shoulders the blue because it matches the logo perfectly. Very simple stripes along the arms and the bottom of the jersey. And again, it kind of has this very clean, classic look to it, and I really, really appreciate that. Number 4, the Spokane Chiefs. It's kind of Montreal Canadiens, but with different shades of each color. You obviously have the inverse where the Canadians have red as their primary dark color. The Spokane Chiefs kind of flipped it into the opposite where they have the blue, and they really darkened it down using a really deep navy blue as their primary jersey color. And then you've got that red, again, deepened down to that really deep, like blood red as the stripe, and that stripe follows the middle of the jersey in behind the logo. It looks really good. I quite like it a lot. Number 3, the Regina Pats, and this is literally the perfect example of a clean classic jersey. That logo probably hasn't changed very much in the past 60 or 70 years, or however old this team is. It's probably more like 100 years old. But the colors work. It's simple. It's unique. I've seen this jersey before. I create almost like an emotional response when I see this jersey because I have seen it so far in the past and it hasn't really changed. Sometimes that works for me. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, just change the jersey already. I feel a little bit like that with the Montreal Canadiens. But for me, I don't want to see this jersey changed at all. I absolutely love this jersey and I would love to have it in my collection someday. Number 2, the Everett Silvertips. Just look at this and what team does it remind you of? Is it the Dallas Stars, the team that I'm wearing now? Not for me. It's the Minnesota Wild. I get huge Minnesota Wild vibes here. I think it's the green with the stripe kind of in the background. Minnesota does that with their current jersey, although the stripe isn't the same at all. But that's kind of how I feel. Not completely sold on the logo in the middle, but it looks not bad. I have no issues whatsoever with that logo on that jersey. It looks good. The logo itself, by itself, I'd probably have some comments for. But I like the color choice here. It's a deep, like woody green with, I guess that's white. On my screen, it looks almost cream, like a little hint of cream. It's probably not. It's probably just my screen messing with me. But yeah, nice jersey. Number 1, I went with the Edmonton Oil Kings. I get vibes of like a cross between the Montreal Canadiens and the New York Rangers, but mostly CSKA Moscow. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, they have a jersey that looks quite similar, obviously not identical, but quite similar to this sometime in their last 10 years, I believe. It's unique. It's bold. It's in your face. You're picking colors that really worked well together. This color combination is used in sports throughout the entire world. It's just lovely. It also Moncton Wildcats a little bit. It just came to me. Moncton Wildcats. I can see Moncton Wildcats jersey in here a little bit. I think I prefer the Wildcats jersey more than this one, but this is a beautiful jersey. So, I mean, the WHL really has done an absolutely fantastic job on their jerseys, and I can't see the new ones coming out in the years to come. So if you are a WHL fan, please hit the like button down below, and thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment, tell me your favorite, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. That lets me know that you guys want to see more content. So thank you guys. Hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.